All right, shalom, shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out, prophesying the downfall of this kingdom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to the hopeful elect brothers teaching this truth that have been enduring and going through the straits of these wicked kingdoms, which stems from Babylon. And salutations to the confusion of face and the few sisters that do listen. This lesson is going to be geared towards the fact that we're about to go into war, and the Lord is just sewing up that remainder of the friends that America has, and breaking all their allies and turning them into enemies. For one, China actually did used to be somewhat of an ally towards America. The reason why China bought up most of America's debts, and now they're a little bitter towards that, and that's geared towards other things and other wicked words and great words that America has used towards them, and trying to negotiate deals. And just know that those shutdowns had a major effect on China, and China's pissed since last year and years before. But this right here, I'm gonna read this little part of this article, and this brother's gonna bring out another one. But it says, in China state media says, country must prepare for nuclear war with U.S. after Biden asks for COVID probe. You know, basically accusing them of where this disease came from. The same thing that was happening last year, but it was called a hoax. But now it's being brought back up because, for one, Biden himself is actually an enemy to China. Him and his son, you know, and they're terror threats. Not terror threats, but what's the word I was going to use? They're basically criminals. I'm gonna say international criminals towards that part of the country, man. And China is, you know, on a war hunt for men like that, and especially towards America, because America's not only its ways of life and its Western living is mentioned in the scripture, saying that the nations have drunken of the wine and they're mad, meaning they've gone crazy. You know, they've snapped, and then they're drinking that bitter part to where they're waking up from a hangover. The deal has gone wrong, you know. Gonna read a little bit more into this. It says, Hu Zheng, if I'm saying this name, Hua Jing, the editor of Chinese state-run newspaper The Global Times, considers enhancing China's nuclear program as being vital to the country's strategic deterrence against the United States. Protests in Hong Kong, Taiwan, the COVID-19 pandemic, and accusations China's engaged in a genocide against the Uyghur Muslims are sowing deeper divisions in an already stained relationship between China and the United States. With Beijing one of America's top concerns, President Joe Biden has sought to strike a stern tone, while China sees much of America's actions and comments to be an encroachment on its sovereignty. The increasingly confrontational rhetoric and military maneuvers coming out of the two countries have raised concerns about a potential war. And there's going to be one, you know, whether this country's right or this country's right, or this country's wrong or this country's wrong. It's only stemming in a fiery division, to where you can only see that, hey, there's no bringing these two back together. They're on the opposite ends, man, at this point. That they don't want to, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't want to arrest tides, man. They don't want things to, they don't want things to be as though they were before. I'm not going to use too many words to bring out the point. The point is that the war is coming.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. It says, the second woe is past, which is speaking on what, World War II. There was World War I, there was World War II. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that's a prophecy update, man. All these things are actually tokens to let us know that we're getting closer and closer to this last great war that everybody talks about, which is actually written in the scriptures.
Yes.
It's actually one of the Lord's, it's going to be one of the Lord's greatest orchestrations in these last days. All right. And that's going to, and then what's going to happen during that time? The Lord's going to bring forth his military. All right. And he's going to get down in this next war, man.
That's right.
You know? Can I go into this article a little bit?
Yeah, brother. Bible share.
So I got this article from CNN, World News. It says U.S. and allies send message to Russia with NATO state flyover. All right. So this is the flyover that that NATO, the United States and the United Kingdom hold every year for what was this last holiday? Memorial Day. All right. And they do this in a show of their force. All right. They show this because, like it says in Revelation, the spirit that is upon them and upon these people, all right, celebrating the Memorial Day in this military, is who is like unto the beast. That's the spirit these people have. All right. So this next war we're going to go into, these people, they believe in their spirit and their mind that we're going to be okay, clean. You know? And this war that's coming is going to be the most destructive war to the American soul. And you people are going to all be casualties, man. All right. I'm going to get a scripture real quick. And I'm going to read a little bit more of this. This is Revelations. I think it's 11:4. Let's see here.
Let me get this real quick.
Come on.
Yeah, this is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. Because before you see that war coming, there has to be divisions. You know, as the Lord said that he came not to bring peace, but a sword. And he's severing the ties between these people first. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. And who is eating the bread of America? Once again, most of those nations that we just named. You know, those that prepare the bricks. China is a part of the BRICS, in which that bank is falling apart as well. Reason why they're going to tie everything to a chip and digital currencies. But outside of that, they ate up most of the debt and the bread of America, you know. And it says there is none understanding in him, meaning that Esau Edom, who is over this nation's country, you know, whether it be of Britain or whether it be of Russia, or whether it be of, just altogether just NATO, America, and the EU. It's altogether Esau, and he did not plan this out right, you know, because he was always out for self. But he planned something to bring people together, and he was only thinking about himself. And at the end of that, it's not going to be good for him, you know. And that's how the Lord set it up. But, hey, as the scripture is written, what it says, if he would have considered his latter end. But the Lord set this up from the get-go that it was going to be like this, you know?
This is the book of Jeremiah 50. Bear with me 1 second. These apps always act up during lessons. Jeremiah 50 and 24. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. All right, so what is this going into? It's telling you that the Lord, by way of raising up these other nations, is laying a snare for Esau to do what? To destroy him. The Lord's going to orchestrate these other nations because he's in control of the minds of the kings. He's going to have these kings, all right, come against Esau in these last days and destroy him off the face of the earth. That's what the prophecy says, man. All right, so all this show of might from all these different sides of military and heathen nations, all right, is a show. It's to show us that the Lord is actually maneuvering these other nations to come against this one nation we're currently in. It was the other day that it was an article that came out that I did a lesson on, where it spoke on they spoke on Russia, all right, a Russian warship being on the coast of Hawaii. It was actually a video Christopher Green did of AMTV. You know, he does a lot of informational videos. And there was just a random Russian warship ship sitting off the coast of Hawaii, man. All right. Then you have in South America and in Canada, the Chinese. So if you can picture it, America's being enclosed. So that what? So these other nations could do what? Destroy this place. So they can besiege this place. So they can come and spoil this place. You see? That's the days that we're going into, because what? This place has spoiled many nations. That's why it says all the remnant of the nation shall spoil thee. It tells you that in the, let me get it real quick. I think it's in Isaiah. Let's see here. Yeah, this is Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee, which means the word woe means destruction, to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Esau ending his dealing of treachery is him trying to establish his NWO and rest in it.
Yep.
So now we're coming into the time where he's trying to establish this NWO. All right, he's trying to jab everybody up. He's trying to chip everyone eventually when that comes forth, so that he can rest in all his spoil. But that's not so. The Lord is raising up these other kings around the earth to come against this place, man, because you've spoiled them. So now they're seeing you at rest. They're seeing you become docile. They're seeing the weakened state and condition of your country. Look at this place out here, man. It's falling apart. America is falling apart, man, and these Edomites know it, man. They feel it.
What does a weak country do when it was once strong? It pretends that it was still strong, and then you know what? Somebody who's wise is gonna spy it out and see, like, it's not like how it was. We've become stronger, so let's go in. They're gonna spy it out, and then they're gonna besiege it.
Right.
That's what's happening right now. Right. That these countries are seeing how weak this place has gotten. Aside from its morals and all that, it's a fact that this place has actually literally become weak. And then what does it say in the book of Joel?
I got a precept.
Let me get this real quick.
What you mean, Isaiah?
What does it say? Multitudes in the valley of decision. Joel chapter 3. I know I'm overlooking it. Here it is. Yes, verse 10. This is Joel 3:10, and it says, "Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." So basically, all these other countries are turning their what was once for agricultural means, just like how Esau does, how America has done. They've taken funding and tax-paying money from every other thing they can go. Why is so much money going into the military? There's a reason why Esau has done that, because he's been a war mentality like man. And now these other countries have taken from that type of thought, and they've been doing that as well. They've taken all their money from businesses, and we can go into this, whatever funding, and they put it into their military. And they've built up their machinery for military. They've built up weaponry for military.
All right. That's why you had the article, the video where Iran came. They have those missile cities. You know how many missile cities they have around their country? We don't know, but they've been mass producing and mass manufacturing missiles for years. To do what? Because that was the Lord putting that spirit on them. So at the end of the world, which we're living in now, they can use them to shoot at you Edomites, man, and you European nations, man, NATO, what is it, the EU. Because that's all a part of the beast system. You see? So that's what they're doing. They're becoming stronger, and they're looking at you become weaker, to the point where they're gonna get that one sweet spot which the Lord is gonna create for them to hit you with missiles, man. I got a precept. This is Isaiah 14, In 9, it says, hell from beneath is moved for thee, talk about America, Babylon the Great, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. Talk about these kings, these different nations that have never liked you, that have always despised you and have just been waiting for their chance to blow your ass to kingdom come, man.
Literally.
That's what's about to take place. It says, even all the chief ones of the earth, it have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. You see the decay of this nation, man.
Yep. And
decay, what, decadence.
Yep. And which it also goes into it being like all these other dead kingdoms. Because
Right.
all those other kingdoms were, shit, damn, you failed just like us.
Right.
This is going to be another one of, basically, if you ever watch anything like 300, when they had Xerxes on 300, the second one, he was just showing off Leonidas' head to his kingdom falling and how he was bringing them down. It's like, this is just one of the heads. It's the reason why I said that Yahushua is a man of many crowns. Because where did that come from? Him conquering.
Right.
These are all the dead kingdoms that the Lord is about to bring down, man. One by one, everyone is falling. You know? Like who was that? Zerubbabel was greater than truth, man, because truth conquers all. Well, the truth is Yahushua.
Right.
You know? And he's not even going to have to show his face until really, you know, when he comes back, and he's not even going to meet thee as a man. He's going to be in a chariot. The Lord didn't have to even come down here to do anything, man. That's how raw he is. He conquered every last kingdom. And America's going to be the last one. You know? Hey, that great kingdom, that great city Babylon, has become nothing. Become like unto stubble. That's what it's about to become.
Right.
This was once a great nation you can never speak anything against, and people still to this day have that same name for America. Like they still have that pride. You got a few, especially Esau, that has lost it a little bit, and he thinks he's gonna come back. But all these other nations have the same capabilities as America has, so there's no bragging rights that America has over any other nation. Nice. Except, you know, that it had it first.
Right.
But you got other nations that are not allies with America that have this. And guess what? Even that dome that Israel likes to brag about, they got a new superhero. It's called, it's like, what is it called? Something Dome. They were bragging about the dome that they had, the Iron Dome. I think that's a superhero that they have. And that's supposed to be about them bragging about the fact that they have a dome that can intercept most of those missiles. Well, guess what? The chariots can break that dome down, and they actually are going to. So you won't have any more bragging rights. All you have is the lies that y'all believe, which is crazy as hell. But the Lord's going to destroy that. So it's like, what are you going to say then? Are you going to continue to justify in your head when you're being destroyed?
Right, because the shit, that's the shit. Wait till Iran backs those that nation with missiles. Iran's missiles are going to get through that dome.
They are.
Because Iran's missiles are Russia's missiles.
Yep.
Like it tells you in the book of Ezekiel 38, that Russia should be a guard unto these other nations, which means they're going to supply these other nations with the things they need to take down those fake Jews over there, man.
Yep.
The Russians' technology is so advanced it tops American technology and military might, man.
Well, the thing is, China's is as well.
China's as well. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the whole COVID-19 thing that America pretty much leaked over there, you know, that set them back a little bit. But their technology was about to be so advanced, they were about to be the next superpower.
Right.
You know, not really, because hey, all again, we're gonna be the next superpower. These are just toys in the Lord's hands, man. Right. These different nations are just toys in the Lord's hands, and it doesn't mention anywhere in the scriptures that China's gonna be next. In fact, it says in the Bible, "Woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia." So that shows that you both are going down at the same time. The capabilities that China has is really, you know, is some mad scientist technology that's right after Esau. Moab is just as bad as Esau, man. You know, shit. What did they created an artificial sun, man? That burnt to what was it? 200 million degrees Celsius or something like that.
Roughly.
Yeah, roughly, man. You know, the Lord isn't dealing with that type of mindset. He's dealing with a righteous man. That's left hand side technology.
Right.
And if anything, that's also decaying the earth as well. We don't need men like that in our kingdom. You know, so the Lord's gonna get rid of that. These are just all men that the Lord's gonna bring to the valley of Jehoshaphat and destroy.
Right. So you Edomites, we're seeing your kingdom going to that level of decadence, just like Rome did, which means that your house, you're about to go right up out of power, man.
That's right.
I got one. This is Psalms 49 and 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not, he is like the beasts that perish. You got all this honor, all this glory, all right, all this status. But you're gonna be just like the beast that perished, that doesn't know his time. We're trying to tell you that your time is coming, just like what? Just like Daniel went to Nebuchadnezzar's son and told him his time's about to come. You've been numbered, you've been found wanting. And then later that night, he died. He was taken out by the Medes, man. Surgical strike. We're trying to tell you that your time is coming, all right, and that surgical strike is gonna come upon you from these other nations. That's why they're enclosing on you. You see? It says, verse 13, this their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their sayings. Like sheep that are laid in the grave, death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning. That's why we're waking up, because we're about to have dominion over you. We're about to have dominion over the earth under Yahushua. And you're about to go right up out of power, man. You're about to get up out of there, man, because you have destroyed the earth. And the Lord is going to destroy you. It tells you that in the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter, man. And he's going to use these other nations to do it. Because we don't got no military might except for the angels, and they haven't came yet. Yahushua hasn't manifested into this reality yet. So the Lord is going to produce these carnal armies of heathens to take you Edomites down. That's going to be the beginning. It says, like the sheep that they are laid in the grave, death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, and their beauty shall consume in the grave from their dwelling. All this pomp and all this the delicacies you've gained, and it tells you about what in Revelation 18, all the things you've gained, souls of men, perfume, cinnamon, all this stuff, people, cars, chariots. All this shit gonna lay down in spices. All this shit's gonna lay down with you in the grave soon, man. And nobody's gonna be forgotten. You see? It says, verse 15, but the Most High will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, for he shall receive me. Lord willing, that's us. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him. Because it's going to be the end, all right, of you Edomites having any importance on the earth. Because what does it say in the book of Obadiah? When you come back, you do this 1,000 years of slavery that you have to do soon. All right. After that, you're going to be discontinued as a nation from the Lord, man.
That's right.
So all this pomp and all this bullshit you've done on the earth is going to lay down with you in the grave, and it's going to be forgotten forever, man. The earth is going to be established in righteousness, is going to breed and bring forth and bud to the fullest extent, because the ruling nation, the Israelites, is going to be in power forever, man. This is the beginning of that, man. You see? You got it.
I ain't really got nothing else after this, brother.
Kind of look. That's it. You Edomites, man, you, like I said, I'm going to say it again. All this deliciousness, all the luxury, all the things you've stolen, all the spoil, is going to lay down with you in the grave real soon, man. All right? And you Edomites over here in America, Babylon the Great, you're going to become a part of the soil. You're going to become casualties of the destruction of America, man. And you're going to come back through the Edomites overseas. All right, and we're gonna come down and conquer those lands, and you're gonna be born back into slavery, man. This is the beginning, man. This is the transition of kingdoms. All right, you got it.
Yeah, nothing more can be said than that. But with that, we're gonna end it off and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom. Once again, Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.